Hey, Android Gamerz here. This is a game that I mentioned on the first episode when I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog. Absolute quality game. Not going to spend too much time on it here. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of my character.
A strong one over here.
I'm currently in a level, so I'm just going to abandon this. And oh, look at that, 30 gems. Bob on. Sorry about that. So you have multiple choices. You can be a warrior, you can be a mage, you can be a ranger. You can be a ranger. And I've heard that the mage is one of the most powerful, very high damage output. Your character goes up to level 70, and it is very much like Diablo, where you're fighting mass amounts of minions. You can see different stats that I've got. It has a great system where when you have a new item, you can actually see at the bottom how it improves you, how it doesn't. You have your abilities. Your first two, they're your immediate fires, like your left click, your right click on a PC. These are like your powerful moves, and then this is your passive. Obviously, to unlock more passives or to unlock more slots, you have to pay for gems, but you can earn them with in-game currency, which is good. You have a variety of different moves that you unlock when you get to higher levels, and when you level up these over time, your character also gets better. There's quite a lot of depth to this game. You also get computer characters, and you can purchase other characters within the game, which I have purchased one. I've purchased this character because I read on the forums that it's a great character to have. Gets you out of a lot of trouble. It's always good to keep an eye on what's here. You can see that I've built up quite a bit of gold. So I have mine spec'd up as a DPS mage, quite high toughness, and the recovery is really high, so it helps. You have a quick overview of stats. So I get a fair amount every time I hit an enemy character. I get a lot of health back, which is great. And I've got my healer nearby, and I've got a lot of passive healing. And I put a fair amount of damage output. So let's have a look at the world. So let's go to the first world. There's so much depth and a lot of replayability. You effectively play every level 5 times, and you're talking about there's about 15 levels in the first world. There's about the same in the second world, and there's also the third world. So as you keep replaying them, you get more and more gems. And you can see at the bottom, that's how many levels are completed, 145. Once you've done all the 3 worlds, it then unlocks Heroic, where the enemies turn into sponges basically, and then you have Legendary, where they're just incredibly hard. Now on normal, you get to unlock an ice ability where you can control how difficult it is. You can even make it easier if you want. Now I'm going to leave it unbalanced, and I'm going to pick a level that I still need to do. I don't want to. Tell you what, I'll do this, and I'll show you what the gameplay is like. You can collect more gems by either clicking on in-game boxes, also by doing achievements, and by doing daily collections. So now you can see my passive is going up there, and my healer is healing me over time. There is a huge amount of settings. Originally when I started playing this, I set all my features up really high, but even though this is probably one of the best phones in the market, the S8 Plus, I actually found it started to lag. Quite incredible. I mean, this is turning off all other apps on a Wi-Fi network. When you get a lot of enemies on and you have it cranked up to the fullest, it's like I used to have draw distance to full. I've pulled it back in a little bit. I've dropped the 3D down on some of the basic characters just to keep the game smoother, because you can get a lot of enemies, especially when you get to high levels. So let's get into it. So I've got my 3 characters. I've got a tank, I've got a range, and I've got a healer. I'm a mage myself. That's actually one of the new moves that I've just got. The animation is a little bit annoying. How I mentioned about collecting gems, you see these boxes. If you click on that, watch a video, you get 5 gems. Fair enough. It's not too bad. That move is basically, it turns the floor to lava.
On my way.
It's a good move. It's good for combining it. Not bad. You can collect chests. I'd recommend not collecting any items. Just leave them. It's a waste of time. You just want to rush through these levels.
You fall like flies. Shiny coin.
Because there's a nice little trick at the end of the level where once you complete all the items, actually they get collected for you. So I'm just trying to rush through this. This is actually the special ability that you get with the character that I bought. I think it's Maggie, where it silences the enemy. It might not seem like much, but when you start playing the enemy bosses, it becomes really, really handy, because they generally have some quite powerful moves. So if you can put in a well-placed silence or a well-placed stun, it can disable some of their big attacks or help you to retreat. You should be able to see shortly. I really don't like that animation, it takes too long. I did have it, let me just show you. I did have it set up with... Oh god, you have to wait for it. Alright, once it reloads, I'll change it. I did have it set up a different way, which I might go back to. It's not as powerful, but see, that's another gem that just got dropped. No. And there's one move that I've not shown you yet, which is... That's a stun, basically. It's great if you want to get a few extra hits in, or if an enemy's about to do big attack, throw a stun in. It'll buy you a bit of time.
For glory. Get a life. Enemies ahead.
I mean, you can see it's the game plays really, really well. And I'm just coming up to a boss now. So I'm gonna let all my moves recharge for a second. These bosses they're not difficult, they're just, you'll see. Oh shit. Bloody camera got in the way. And then what you generally want to do is move out and pick off one at a time. And just keep an eye out for any big hits.
A strong one.
Get a disable in there. Whoa. Took a bit of damage then. That's 2 down.
Burn. Fly. Be gone. Spawn.
Okay,
Dark.
that's them done.
Going there.
Bum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, da-dum. And now you're going to see,
Ooh, treasure chest.
I've got 2 gems and you're going to start to see everything come back to me. You get about 1500 gold-ish. It varies. And you really want to wait a fair bit until everything's actually come to you, otherwise it doesn't go in your inventory. And if you want to look at your map, just bring your map up, end level, and you can see how many more gems you get by completing it. So, and I got a few more gems because I completed a mission. You do 1 mission each day. So I'm only interested in damage, but I've got no new items, so that's it for now. So this game is, I'll just go back to the main menu. Major minions. Eternium Mage minions. So I'll see you later.